What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Supreme Tech. Today I'm going to show you exactly how easy it is to pick out all the parts you're going to need for your PC. I got a great website that you can use as a tool, and once you do this, you can come and pick out all the different components to what you're going to need. You can pick out your RAM, your CPU, GPU, all the way down to the case and the peripherals like your headset, microphone, keyboard and mouse, stuff like that. Stick around to the end of this video, guys. I'm going to show you exactly how to put together your own PC, show you all the different parts you're going to need. And what's great about this website is you can actually have some custom builds or preset builds that they have, and then you can go ahead and just switch some of the components if you want, and it can stick with your price range. It's just real easy to go on about building your own PC. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, guys, if you haven't already. Turn on them post notifications, smash that like button if this helps you out, and let's get right into showing you how to use this website called Newegg.com. I'll put a link in the description, but you come to Newegg, and this is the home screen here. You can go to computer systems, components. They got other electronics too. It's not just computers, guys, so make sure to look all the stuff you want. But we're just going to come right here to build a PC. Now, they got their own, it's helping you to jumpstart a build. So you can pick budget, which is just under $1,000. You can pick mainstream, probably about around $1,500 range, and then you got enthusiast, which is over $2,300. Now they make it real easy, guys. You can view the pre-build, but I don't usually do that. What I do is you just come here. There's 9 different things you guys can pick. Really, this is all the pieces that a computer is going to need to run. So you got your CPU, your motherboard, your memory, your video cards, which is also your GPU. And you got your case, power supply, storage, which can be a hard drive or a SSD. We'll get into that too. CPU, cooler, and your operating system, which most people is going to do Windows 10. But let's go here and let's go ahead and click on CPU. If you're building a PC for gaming, you really don't want to slip on the GPU and CPU or the RAM. Those are some 3 major things you're going to want to get. A decent processor, which is your CPU, and a decent GPU, which is your graphics card. So we can come down here. You can sort by lowest price, highest price, best selling, best rating. What I like to do is I like to do the best rating, because then it puts all your 5 eggs. You see here they got 5 eggs. It's basically like stars. So you got 5 eggs here. The Intel Core i9 processor, this is $500 CPU, guys. So this is 8 cores. Really, what I'd go with if you're gaming, at least an i7 or an i9. I like to go with the i7 because you don't need the i9, but the i7 will still both 8 cores, both 3.6 gigahertz, and it's all pretty much the same. The i9 is better, I ain't gonna lie, but as you can see, the i5s and this i7 here, these are only 6 core. So you want to try to get something with 8 cores if you can. And you see here we got 8 cores, $371. That's not bad. You definitely don't want a dual core or a quad core. Do not get those for gaming. At the bare minimum, get a 6 core, but I recommend 8 core for sure. You can come down here and see they got i7 9700 for $319. This one is the i7 9700K for $371. For the sake of this video, we're just going to go with the regular i7 9700. So what you do is you click select, Okay, now that we got a new list, let's go back and pick our CPU that we just had. For CPUs, guys, you're either going to do an AMD or an Intel. So Intel goes i3, 5, 7, 9. And if you look at these AMDs, a Ryzen 5 is pretty much the same as an Intel Core i5. A Ryzen 7 is pretty much like an i7. The i9 is like the Ryzen 9. So you can see that it's a little pretty much the same. You know what I mean? Going up. But if you see here, we got 12 core for the Ryzen 9. A lot of people are liking these AMD Ryzens. They're really stepping it up with Intel. You know what? Actually, I'm going to go AMD with this build because the Ryzen 7 right here is $289. You're still getting 8 cores, 3.6 gigahertz. So let's go ahead and select that. I like the Ryzen's a little better too. Now, see, we got our CPU, the Ryzen 7, 8 core. Now, motherboard. You're going to want to make sure when you're picking a motherboard and your memory sticks and your CPU and everything, make sure you pick out a motherboard that is going to be compatible with all the parts that you're going to pick. So I'm not positive that this motherboard that I pick here is going to be compatible with all the parts, but you want to make sure to do that. You want to make sure, see the form factor, it'll say ATX. They got micro ATX, ATX. So you can either sort by best rating, which is what I like to do. Another important thing is to look at memory slots. You want something with at least 4 memory slots because you can always add in later. You want something with the max memory, decent. 128 gigs is decent for max memory. For me right now, this motherboard that I'm picking is going to be kind of cheap because we're trying to build something that's high performance, low cost. So let's go ahead and we will pick this Phantom Gaming 4 ATX AMD. So we're going to select this. It's only $115. It's got a high rating. Still got the 128 gigs of memory max, and it's looking good. So there we go. We got our motherboard. Now we're going to click memory. And memory is also known as your RAM. Now, a lot of these that you're going to buy for memory, they're going to have 2 sticks with it. See how these all got 2 sticks? What you're going to want is at least, if you're gaming, I mean, I recommend you got to have at least 32 gigabytes. So 2 16 gigabyte chips, and you're good to go. So let's go ahead and search this by best rating again. So as you can see, we got all these different ones. You got G-Skill, T-Force, and you got Corsair. What you got to most pay attention to is the 16 gigabytes. That means 2 8 gigabytes. So what you're going to want to do is look for 2 16s if you can. Right here. $200. It's not bad for 32 gigabytes of memory. $124 for 32 gigabytes of memory. And you also want to pay attention to DDR4. You want to at least DDR4, DDR6 if you can. But DDR4 will do good. But I'm liking this one here, this G-Skill Trident Z series. These is going to give you 32 gigabytes of RAM, DDR4, 3200, and it's got great ratings. So it's pretty cheap, $124. Not bad at all. Let's go ahead and select that for our memory. Okay, now you can see as you're building along, you can see you got all these. It's so easy to build a computer and pick exactly what you want. And then you can see your total as you go. So far, we're at $529. We haven't got the video card yet, so that's another big piece. But let's go ahead and move on to the video card. Now, NVIDIA makes a lot of great graphics cards, which is also known as your GPU. Now, GPU, you're going to want, let's go ahead and do our best rating again. What you're going to want in a GPU is to do your homework. You want to look at what kind you're going to definitely need, or what kind you don't, if you don't think you need it. But what I recommend for gaming is 8 GB memory for your GPU. And you can see it can get pretty expensive. This is this is $1,100 for this GeForce GTX 1080 Ti. You can come down here, like I said, recommend 8 GB and up if you're doing gaming. You don't need 8 GB. You could get it out with the 6, but you want to get the 8. You're good. You'll be good at 8, right? But we can come here, $400. This one's not looking too bad. 8 GB. Let's go ahead, select it. $400 is going to be a pretty good GPU. Now moving on to the case. Now the case, all you really got to make sure is if your motherboard is compatible with the case. Now for this one, I'm just going to pick one. I'm not going to go into all these cases. I'm not even sure if this is compatible. I don't think this is compatible with my motherboard. I'm not even sure. But we got that one, $85. I don't really pick an expensive case unless you really want to and you're trying to do that. So moving on to power supply, you just go through and pick your power supply. I'm not going to go through the power supply, but just make sure that it is 80 gold and up. So just Google power supply explanations and what you're going to need in a power supply, and you should be good to go. Next, we got our storage. So let's go ahead and find a good SSD. Now, what I recommend doing is get 1 terabyte SSD, and you can get any type of hard drive. Just get a cheap hard drive. I'm gonna pick a SSD. I like the Samsung Evos. Those are awesome. So let's go ahead and see 860 Evo, 1 terabyte, $189. It's actually kind of expensive. Let's just do this. Samsung 970 Evo. Okay, we got that. Now you can click add additional for a hard drive. But now we're just going to do the CPU cooler. Now there's 2 different kinds of CPU coolers. You can have water or fan. So it all depends on you, whichever one you want. I'm just going to pick a fan kit, which a lot of people like the water coolers. I do too. It looks cool. But just for this video, I'm just going to pick one. Let's just go for a high rating, low price. This one right here, $52. Select. And last thing you're going to want to pick is your operating system. Most people are going to get Windows 10. Other than that, guys, we're looking at $1,377 as of right now, which I don't have the power supply in there. Because some of these aren't compatible, so it won't let me pick one. But let's just go to my other PC build, and I'll show you how much it came out to and everything I picked. Okay, so here is my PC build that I'm probably going to be building in a couple months here. It's almost $1,400. Okay, this has got the Ryzen 7, $290 for a Ryzen 7. That's a good price. Then we're going to have the MSI Pro motherboard, $100 for that. Then we're going to have the G-Skill Ripjaws V-Series. They're 32 gigabytes. So you're going to have 2 16 gigabyte DDR4 RAM. That's $107. That's a pretty good deal also. Then the video card, we got the Sapphire Pulse Radeon RX 5700. GDDR6 PCI Express, and that's an awesome video card. It's $409. The case, we just got a $43 case, ATX mid tower case. Power supply, we got the Corsair TM series. You got to make sure it's 80 plus, at least 80 plus gold for your computers, or else could overheat. Storage, we got the SSD, the Intel 660p. This is going to be 1 terabyte. That's about $118. And then we're going to go with the 2 terabyte hard drive. it's from Barracuda. It's for 55 bucks. So for about 170, 180 bucks, we're going to have 3 terabytes of storage. That's not bad at all. You can always add more hard drives or SSDs if you want. Then we're going to have our Cooler Master Hyper 212 RGB Black Edition. And this is $45. Great fan. Last but not least, we got our Windows 10 Home, the 64-bit version. I just want to make this video real quick, show you guys how Newegg.com can help you build your PC. And it also helps you learn more about the parts, the price ranges, all types of stuff, and other electronics too. It's like I said, it's not just computers. So shoot a comment down below. Let me know if this video helped you out. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button if you enjoyed the content. And we'll see you in the next video.